If you've been following the news lately, you've probably heard the word tariffs tossed around quite a bit. But did you know these tariffs could have a significant impact on something as personal as your own home or the real estate legacy you might leave to your loved ones? Tariffs aren't just something economists talk about. They can directly influence the housing market, impacting everything from home prices to how quickly a home sells, even affecting probate and estate property values. In this video, I'll break down exactly how tariffs can shake up the housing market and why it's important for seniors and families managing estates or planning their legacy to understand this clearly. Before we jump into the details, if you're facing questions about probate, real estate, senior housing transitions, or estate management, please don't hesitate to reach out. I'm here to provide clarity, support, and expertise during life's most important transitions. First, let's quickly clarify what tariffs actually are. Simply put, tariffs are taxes imposed by a government on imported goods. They're meant to protect domestic industries by making imported goods more expensive and encouraging people to buy local products instead. While tariffs are often discussed in terms of international trade, wars, and politics, their consequences trickle down and influence industries we interact with every day, including real estate. How do tariffs influence the housing market? You might be thinking, how could a tariff on something like steel, aluminum, or lumber from overseas affect my home or the home I'm considering buying or selling? It turns out tariffs affect several key aspects of the housing market: increased construction costs, higher home prices, slower real estate development, reduced affordability for home buyers, indirect effects on interest rates and economic confidence. Let's unpack each of these carefully in simple language and explore what they mean for you, your family, and your legacy. 1. Tariffs and increased construction costs. When tariffs are imposed on imported building materials, construction companies pay higher costs for steel, lumber, roofing, insulation, and appliances. Steel and lumber alone are key components in new home construction, remodels, and even simple repairs. Imagine you're preparing a home for sale in probate. You might need repairs or upgrades. Suddenly, materials cost significantly more, meaning those updates could cost you thousands of dollars more than you anticipated. Builders pass these higher costs on to consumers, increasing the prices of newly constructed homes and remodeling projects alike. For families in probate, higher repair and remodel costs mean less available money for heirs after the sale of an estate property. 2. How tariffs lead to higher home prices with higher construction costs. Comes a direct increase in home prices. If builders have to spend more to construct a home, they're naturally going to charge more to sell it. Here's a practical example. Imagine a typical single-family home previously cost $400,000 to build. With a 20% increase in material costs due to tariffs, the costs could jump to $480,000 or more. Builders can't absorb these losses, so they pass them directly on to buyers. This doesn't only affect new construction. Higher costs push many potential buyers toward the existing housing market, where increased demand pushes these prices up as well. Something especially impactful in California, a market already known for tight inventory and high prices. 3. Slower real estate development. When tariffs push building costs too high, developers may pause or completely halt new construction. This slowdown reduces the overall supply of housing, tightening markets even further. This can particularly affect seniors or families involved in estate management. If you're holding onto a probate property, hoping the market improves, a sudden slowdown in new construction can temporarily boost prices. But if it persists, it could stall market momentum and reduce overall buyer interest. As a probate real estate specialist, I closely monitor these market shifts to guide clients on whether to sell immediately or wait strategically. 4. Reduced affordability for buyers. When tariffs cause prices to rise, homes become less affordable, especially for first-time buyers and seniors looking to downsize. For seniors hoping to sell a family home and move into assisted living or a smaller property, this can pose a significant problem. If potential buyers can't afford higher prices due to increased costs from tariffs, homes might sit longer on the market, creating additional stress for families in probate who need timely sales to settle estates and distribute assets. Understanding these dynamics helps you plan effectively, especially during emotionally and financially sensitive times like probate and senior transitions. 5. Indirect effects on interest rates and economic confidence. Beyond direct impacts, tariffs can influence economic confidence. Uncertainty about global trade relationships often leads to cautious spending and lending habits. Banks may tighten lending standards, or interest rates might rise to combat inflationary pressures. Rising interest rates further impact affordability, slowing buyer activity, and possibly leading to market stagnation. Seniors need to liquidate estate property or transition quickly to assisted living could face challenging delays or unexpected price adjustments due to market volatility. Real life. Navigating tariffs in probate real estate. Let's look at an actual situation from right here in Orange County. I recently assisted a family handling their parents' probate home. The family home needed moderate renovations before listing, but due to recent tariffs on lumber and steel, their repair estimates came back significantly higher than anticipated. After careful consideration, we opted for strategic targeted repairs, avoiding large-scale remodels and adjusted pricing. By thoughtfully navigating tariff-induced challenges, we were still able to secure an excellent offer quickly, avoiding unnecessary delays and financial burdens for the family. This highlights why working closely with a real estate expert, especially in times of economic uncertainty, is invaluable. Strategies to minimize the tariff impacts. There are proactive strategies to reduce the impact: careful property evaluation, cost-effective repairs and improvement, timing the markets, strategically deciding when to sell or hold probate properties. Know all costs associated with owning the home and enough savings for an emergency fund for handling unexpected high-cost expenses related to the home. Generally 1-3% of the value. This will help in the decision deciding how long to hold on the property or selling makes more sense. Local knowledge. Work with experts who understand regional market sensitivity and tariff impacts. Having a knowledgeable partner ensures your decisions are informed, timely, and effective. This matters for seniors and families managing estates when we talk about tariffs, economic uncertainty, and market volatility. It's easy to think these issues are abstract, economic terms that have little to do with our everyday lives. However, if you're a senior participating in selling your home, or you're managing a family estate in probate, these topics become intensely personal and very real. During life's critical transitions, such as dealing with the passing of a loved one or moving a family member into assisted living, the last thing you want is added financial strain or prolonged uncertainty. Unfortunately, that's precisely what tariffs can introduce into your real estate plans. Tariffs indirectly add to the complexity, stress, and emotions involved in selling a family home during probate or transitioning into senior living arrangements. Let's consider the impact from various angles to better understand why it matters to you and your family. Financial and educational pressure. Imagine a family whose parents recently passed away, leaving a home to their adult children. They have decided to sell the house to distribute proceeds equally among siblings. However, due to new tariffs, construction costs, and therefore home prices have suddenly become unpredictable. What initially seemed like a straightforward sale now becomes uncertain. For instance, a family might have received multiple competitive offers just weeks ago, but the sudden increase in home building costs due to tariffs have made potential buyers nervous. Offers are either withdrawn or lowered significantly, causing siblings to argue over whether to wait out the volatility or sell immediately at a lower price. In this scenario, financial uncertainty compounds emotional stress, highlighting why timely and informed decisions are critical. Planning challenges and market timing. Tariff-related market instability can make planning even more difficult. Let's say you're a senior planning to downsize, and you're counting on the proceeds from your current home sale to fund your transition into assisted living facility. With tariff-induced uncertainty, you might face difficulty pinpointing the best time to list your property for sale. Sell too early, and you might miss out on the potential gains if the market rebounds. Wait too long, and you might sell during a downturn caused by extended tariff disputes. Here's a personal story. Let me share a relevant story from one of my recent clients here in Orange County. Doris, an 82-year-old homeowner, had decided to move to a senior community for health and companionship reasons after her husband had passed away. Her family carefully planned the sale of her home to coincide with her move. Just as the house was ready to be listed, new tariffs sent construction and renovation costs spiraling upwards, causing nearby home sales to stall. Dora's family faced the tough questions. Should I wait and hope prices stabilize, or move forward and accept potentially lower offers? After carefully weighing options, we decided together on a targeted approach, making minimal yet impactful upgrades that were still affordable, given higher construction costs, and they were able to do quickly. We carefully monitored the local market to price the home competitively and attract motivated buyers despite the instability. Because we had a clear strategy, we managed to secure an excellent buyer within weeks, enabling Doris to comfortably transition into her new home. This scenario illustrates why having a knowledgeable real estate professional familiar with senior and probate transaction is vital. By anticipating issues like tariffs, offering personalized strategically, and maintaining compassionate communication was able to help Doris and her family navigate the challenging market conditions successfully. Practical steps for families. Given the complexity induced by tariffs, here are key steps families can take. Stay informed, news and updates closely, especially if planning to sell soon. Get professional advice. Engage with a realtor who understands senior housing and probate transactions specifically. Have flexible plans. Develop a contingency plan for your housing transitions to accommodate market changes without panic or rush decisions. Communicate clearly. Have open family discussions about potential market shifts to align everyone's expectation and minimize disagreements during emotional transactions. Tariffs may be deemed impossible and they deeply affect families. Navigating a probate transaction, recognize and planning for the effects can dramatically reduce stress and smooth outcomes for critical life changes. As a realtor specializing in probate and senior transitions, my goal is always to offer clear, compassionate advice, provide expert market analysis, and strategic planning, minimizing stress, cost, and delay caused by unexpected market shifts like tariffs. In a time of uncertainty, having an advocate who understands your needs for seniors and estate managers, it's vital to achieving the best outcomes. Tariffs may feel distant, political, or abstract, but as we've seen, their effects can hit close to home, quite literally. Being proactive and well-informed is your best defense. If the information was helpful, please give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel and share it with others who might benefit. I publish weekly content designed to help seniors and families navigate estate transitions with compassion and clarity. If you're currently facing questions about probate and senior living transitions or estate management in Orange County, don't hesitate to reach out. You can call, text, email, or comment below. I respond personally to each inquiry. And remember to download your free probate real estate guide from the description below. It's packed with actionable tips to help make your probate or a senior transition smoother and less stressful. Thank you for watching. I'm here to help you navigate every step of your real estate journey, especially through life's most challenging transitions.